Hi, it's Rudy. Welcome back to Fights in Tight Spaces, Weapon of Choice. This is a replay-only video. I've been having a lot of fun with this deck. It's pretty dicey though. You gotta be really careful not to blow your deck like any of them, really. But the gun adds a whole new level in the draw and holster system, which is supposed to draw cards, especially holster. Lets you do more than you can normally do. Which means momentum is so important. Now I find the biggest downfall of the gun deck is mobility. You don't have a lot of like free options to get out of the way of incoming, and you're also missing some like close-up stuff. You've got some hits here and there, but mostly you're trying to put the gun in the mix. Which means having draw cards available. I mean, they do lock and they wait if you don't use them. They stay in your hand until they're used. But if you don't have them, you can get kind of like a handful of shots that you can't fire. I think for the most part they fixed the camera for these replays. Brutal, right in the face. Now these guys, these new guys in the brown and their gas masks, they're a real pain in the ass. They only counter fire, so they're not as bad as the purple guys or the blue guys with the assault rifles. But they're just as dangerous. They're just as annoying. Because they're not trying to engage you. They're not trying to get close. They're going to hold their firing position and basically hope you stay in it. I've only managed to finish the game once. I think it was with the Trickster deck or the Grappler deck. I really like the Grappler deck, as you might have noticed in a previous video. Shoves are good too. I mean, like, shoves are free. Anything with a zero cost on the card, you want it in this deck. You want to be able to shift and move and push so you can get people in and out of the way of your gun. Move and push so you can get people in and out of the way of your gun. This one's kind of a weird one. I play bartender for a bit. Who needs a drink? Oh, only I serve the drinks. Yeah, it gets a little dicey in here. You continue to impress me, Agent 11. Did you gain any leads? Nothing concrete, but I'll keep turning the screw. That's what I like to hear. It looks like this new organization is responsible for a series of unattributed international assassinations. And they screwed up yours, and now you're out in the open. We should be so lucky. They've taken over a high-security prison. I guess I'm going back inside then. And away we go. So these knife guys, I don't know if they do it at this level, but as you progress, they begin. Oh, they do. They dodge the first attack. There's one of the martial art guys does that. I just find it really annoying. You gotta waste something on them. And I found if you're trying not to bloat your deck, you don't have a lot of throwaway close-up attacks. So you're constantly kind of dancing with them. These new guys, I never even saw them get an attack off on me. They were really easy to subdue. I don't know if it was just like the luck of the draw or what, but I had no trouble with those skullet guys. The tattooed skullet fellows. I think they do like one heavy attack in front of them. It's like 15 or whatever, but still. Come into my lair, said the spider to the fly, and right out the window. What am I going to do with you? Yeah, same thing as the other guy. Stagger shot's pretty useful. It's like these shotguns push. Okay, so that gut shot, you're playing with the weapon of choice deck. As soon as you can, upgrade gut shot. It does 24. It's brutal, man. You're just. It's gotta be the most OP card in the deck. Double shot's pretty close, especially if you upgrade that. Is my building on fire? Or anyway, this is fine. This is fine. You'll see later on that there's a couple of times I get really stuck, and they just beat the snot out of me. Like going into the last one, I had like 3 health, I think. There's no way around them. Sometimes you gotta take the hit. This deck doesn't have any block. I think it's assumed that you're gonna be at range trying to shoot them. Didn't finish him. That's the worst. I like the block animations. You can, like, deflect it off your cufflink. It's pretty cool. I missed count on this. I'd never make it to the briefcase. I was really disappointed with myself. Just ran out of movement cards. You only started with 2 or 3. I don't know if that's different from other decks, but yeah, got so close yet so far. Yeah, gut shot fixes that guy every time. Of course, the day I have time to record a video, they're testing the fire alarm. I think my building might be on fire. I guess we'll see. Front kick. Front kick. You want front kick in your deck. You want a bunch of them. You want as many, like, it's a nice close-up hit, whatever, but the push, man. There's so many doorways. Shove them out the doorways. It's not cheap. You don't have to beat them all to death. See, that's what I mean. That first dodge, you want to waste like a shove or something on him. Dude's breakdancing in the background. Right out the door. Thanks for coming. This guy's a problem. He'll turn to face you. This guy in the chains. He's got an auto attack, and he turns to face you. So, and a ton of health. So I mean, if you have the gun cards, it's no problem. And he only auto attacks once. I guess if you have the block too, but. Like, look at this. Where am I going? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Get out of my face. See, and then he turns to face you. That gut shot, man. 24 damage. It's a nice animation. I like that split kick. I rarely get to use it on two people, though. Look at this. Lovely camera angles. Man, these moves. That's brutal. So I had the disarm card. I thought, oh cool, I can just take guns away from people. And then I never saw another pistol guy for the rest of the game. Or if I did, it wasn't in my hand at the time. Beautiful. So I recommend against it. It's really situational. It's a really cool idea. I wonder what happens if they just become a regular puncher dude after you take their gun. But this poor drunken master guy, he gets all set up to give me a beating. See ya. Right under the subway tracks. No problem. What do you do with a guy with a sword? You shoot him, of course. Alright, getting into the apartments. Look at this. This guy ziplining up and down out of the rafters. Some serious business. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Dude, just walk over here. What's wrong with you? Follow me around. Yeah, follow me around the room. Look at this. kendo guys are new. They hit in 3 directions, in front and on either side of them. There we go. Right through the glass. That's cool. I think there should be a hole there, though. I love these subway fights. I think they look really cool. Also, I think these guys are probably my favorite enemies because they have interesting powers without being annoying. Like the purple guys, the mafia guys, they just have like annoying powers without being interesting. Like they're all like baristas and stuff. I mean, you know, if that's what you're into, but out the window. She just goes flying. See you later. That was my stop. This one's a pretty good fight. Right in the back. What I want to know is, what are we doing on the roof, Ambassador? And all these guys just show up. With Spider-Man and Knife Bro. Ah! And these ninjas, like... The door is chained. Like, did they chain him? How did we even get on this roof? We climb up the side. The ambassador was like, let's go climb the building. And I was like, yeah, that sounds cool. Oh, and maybe we jumped the fence. That guy didn't. There should be deeper holes. Beautiful camera angles. Still gut shot them from the front, even though they can block it. I think it's because you put it into their stomach. You want to see the fastest boss fight ever? Ready? Here we go. It's like a Dead Kennedy song. Just that easy, guys. Just that easy. Yeah, like these purple guys. Who are like what, the hotel staff? They'll have counterattack and stuff. Yeah, there's that double tap in action. Pop pop. Pew pew. 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 Now, actually, I love the shotgun. Right over the balcony. I love the shotgunner guys, but they are one of the most ineffective. Like, here's a chance I could have disarmed. Do I have disarm in my hand? No. Lots of opportunities to disarm. Like, if you got it right off the top and you're fighting the bikers, tons of chances to disarm. And that's probably, I mean, a few guys here, but that's probably where it ends. Fire alarm's going off. So these guys that buff their friends, the mixologists, the bartenders, I find them really annoying. I mean, they don't do any direct damage to you per se, but they can be so annoying. And my least personal favorite is anybody with auto attack, but especially these pushers. Although you could, if you had enough block, you could use them to your advantage and knock some of the glass out. It wouldn't cost you 2 pushes or kicks to throw somebody. Where in these fights, it's really useful. Just clear up some space. Oh, see you later, bud. Had so much fun at the hotel, might as well go down to the casino, spend some money. You know, and these guys are like, wait, aren't we supposed to be killing you? They just let this dude with his gas mask in. Just come on in. Your assault rifle. Deal with this person. It's just following me around. Go away. I love that. The Trickster deck is really good for that. I mean, honestly, you get so overwhelmed by enemies. Being able to turn and redirect and taunt, and I think that's how I beat the game once. I can't remember if it was Grapple or Trickster, but because you could use the enemies against themselves, it left you out of it for most part. They just spent a lot of time hitting each other. It was perfect. Like, where are you even roping to? You teleporting through the roof? It makes sort of sense on a building. Maybe there's a helicopter up there? I don't know. I mean, it looks like the ocean is outside the door, so maybe this is a surrealist painting that we're fighting in, and not a casino after all. Fights in tight spaces, now with surrealism. Got mad at the end there. This is where we're getting dicey. Dodge. You know, if you can put enough dodge in this deck, I mean, you could say that about anything. Conditioning's fine, but you're not going to want a lot of block cards, really. Ultimately, if you can stay away from everybody. Except for anybody with a gun. If they have a gun, you have to basically rush them and do as much damage at once. Guys are always a problem for me. You need block, you need dodge. But really, if you had enough dodge, of which there isn't enough, I mean, I guess he doesn't do a ton of damage, but still, it left me going into this fight with 3 health. And the guy I'm supposed to be protecting is buffing the enemies? Come on. Did you know swap is a move card? Because I didn't, but it is. That's why that guy shifted when I swapped with that dude there. I wonder if it would have been better to just kill the informant. Yeah, there was no way out. Anyway, I want to thank y'all for watching, for joining me for these replay videos. I hope you liked them. If you don't, let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe, guys. See you next time.